Totino-Grace High School. It's a very cold night outside, but action will heat up here in the gym. Northwest Suburban girls basketball tonight. The Champlin Park Rebels taking on the Eagles from Totino-Grace. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Raheem Simmons, and hard to believe it, we're closing in on the end of the regular season, and both of these teams looking to use this game as kind of a playoff prep to get things sharp for postseason time. And, more so, obviously they want to win tonight, but they also want to just get ready for the playoffs.
Absolutely. Right now, everything that coaches are going to put in for the season is already in. Right now, you're going to give girls an opportunity to play, like you alluded to earlier, to get them ready and prep for the section tournament.
For Champlin Park this year, just 4 wins, but they've got a very young group. They're growing. And some of their recent results, I feel like, Raheem, a little bit encouraging for them. Even the ones that have been losses, they've played a lot tougher.
It's easy for a young team to give up and quit if things aren't going their way when you have 4 wins. But like you said, watching them play, they continue to play and fight. And that's the best part you can ask for as a coach is your players continue to fight until the last horn. So as they continue to develop and continue to grow, you're going to see some of these short losses turn into wins over the next couple of years.
And for Totino-Grace, a pretty experienced team for them. They've got 15 wins and they're 8-4 in Northwest Suburban play. They are in Class 3A for playoff time, and right now looking like probably a number 2 seed in their section. So they definitely have the possibilities of doing some things. They kind of play that Northwest Suburban schedule, which really toughens them up.
Well, what is most impressive about Totino-Grace is they're not a one-man show. So many players get involved that can beat you or hurt you from various ways. So I look forward to seeing not only one player come out and dominate the game, but I look to see the whole team put together a nice game plan to help them get ready for going into sections as well.
Let's talk key players to look at in tonight's game. First of all, for the visiting Rebels, Savannah Belangi is their top scorer, an experienced player, and she's going to be playing some D3 ball in the Twin Cities at Bethel.
Well, the good thing is she's experienced, and so she's not going to, like you said earlier, it's super cold, but when the game starts, she's going to come out and show why she's going to Bethel to play basketball, because she comes out with that confidence, and she's a great leader. So we look forward to seeing her come out there and galvanizing the troops and helping them play a very tough game tonight against Totino-Grace.
And for Totino-Grace, Chloe Noss is a very veteran player for them as well. Started out earlier in her career coming off the bench and then just getting better and better and tops them in scoring at over 19 a game.
Well, the best part about it, she doesn't try super hard to be efficient. She gets into her spots and she knows exactly where her backs are going to come from, which is great because now her teammates are able to play off of her and coach is able to use her to set up the offense from the inside and work the ball outside. So that's really, really huge, and I think she got to learn a lot of that as she was growing up playing off the bench and now becoming a focal point in the offense.
She'll be headed one state west to play basketball in Bismarck, North Dakota at the University of Mary next season. Stay tuned. Northwest Suburban girls basketball action is on the way next. Champlin Park at Totino-Grace here on CCX.
At Topline Financial Credit Union, we love getting to be part of our members' big moments. Whether it's making home improvements, going to school, building a business, or even getting married. An interest-only home equity line of credit with payments as low as $50 per month can help you get there. It's just one of the ways we're helping our members on their financial journeys. Become a Topline member and let us be a part of yours, because connected, we all do better.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
And welcome back here, the second to last regular season game of the season for both of these teams. And as you might expect, both coaches, Raheem, kind of talked more about not so much game planning for tonight's game as just trying to be ready for playoffs. We're going to work through our defenses. We're going to look to be sharp. And they didn't really have much to say specifically about their opponent tonight either, but, just because of that.
Yeah, I think it's important for both teams as they're gearing up for sections to find that rotation, for foul trouble, injury, God forbid, but just working and figuring out the right lineup based off the opponents you'll see come section time. So this is going to be a great game to see a lot of players play so that each team can find out the right rhythm and the right squad to put out there as sections approaches.
Leslie Phelps and the Rebels line up on the left there. Kaluza, Belangi, Carr, Soash, and London Olson Patterson. And for Mary Dengerud and the Eagles on the right there, Maria Radaba, Erica Welsh, Ava Latecki, Chloe Nuss, and Caroline Schrader as they're honoring their seniors this evening for Totino-Grace, and a pretty good group of seniors where you're seeing quite a few 9s on the Rebels list, 9s and 10s, so definitely a younger lineup for them. There was some question as to whether this game would be able to be played. There were a lot of schools that were either e-learning or just closed entirely because of the extremely cold temperatures, but these teams got the go-ahead, and the boys are playing there too. There's Mary Dengerud, the Eagles head coach. They've been dealing with a lot of sickness, as have a lot of teams of late. She said, this is kind of a tentative lineup. Gave me yesterday, and fortunately those players seem to be good to go, and we are underway as Grace has it first. Radaba looking to drive it. Welsh shooting it up and scores the first bucket of the game for Grace.
Nice driving kick by Maria. Shooters have their hands ready, catch, knock down. Great offensive possession.
Up to the baseline there. Carr then getting it inside, and Belangi's shot, or Soash rather, partially blocked. Radaba,
great drive.
Ooh, a little hesitation move and lays it in. So they do have some good seniors, but they also have some younger ones, and there's a quick steal. Radaba will get another layup.
And one thing about Totino-Grace, even some of the younger players, they have played varsity for quite a while. I know Maria was on varsity, I believe, since 9th grade. And seeing her come back and recover after her surgery, it's great to see her just playing the passing lanes and just being aggressive.
Deflection there as it's tipped out of play by Welsh on Olson Patterson's cross-court pass. So a good start on their home court here for Grace.
What you can see, is the experience versus some of the inexperience, and some of the players are still developing with Champlin Park. It's a great drive and good kick.
Kaluza buries the 3. She is headed to Bethel next year along with Belangi, and knocks that one down. Yeah, it was interesting. Coach Phelps was saying too that besides just the game part of it, getting experience, she said the grind of practicing hard 5 days a week and all that for the younger players, that's something kind of new to them too.
Absolutely. For some of them, again, you're looking at some of the 9th graders who are potentially playing travel within the last year or two, to come to practice 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, and hitting the weight room and watching film study. It's a lot of growth and development happening. So these kind of games are great for them long term.
Eagles miss, but they do get a chance to set up pressure. Olson Patterson thought about it, then goes cross court with it. Carr's pass, though, tipped and stolen. Another steal for Radaba. And then thrown cross court and out.
What it looks like is Totino-Grace is trying to impose their will on Champlin Park, make them play faster than when they're probably ready. I would like to see Champlin Park to settle down, take their time, and just realize it's just basketball. Move the ball, pass left or right. They'll find the shots they're looking for.
Coach Dengerud was saying that we want to work on our transition game. There's a nice runner for Soash, the freshman. Eagles do want to push the tempo a little bit more maybe than what they have been.
And you can see that's been the point of emphasis in tonight's game. Totino-Grace is pushing the ball up and down the court, forcing Champlin Park to hustle back defensively.
They'll get another opportunity at a 3, and Nuss buries this one, so offensive rebound leads to the hoop there.
And Jay, that's going to be a point to pay attention to tonight, is who's going to rebound the ball. Whoever gets the most shots is going to win this game. And so Champlin Park will have to send all 5 to the glass rebound this night.
Great 3-way passing there. Carr gets the assist. Belangi the basket. 2-point lead now for Grace. Back out Radaba lining up a 3, and that is good.
Great execution by Totino-Grace there. But you notice when Champlin Park has settled down, they've gotten the quality shots. They're only down 5 points right now, so just stay consistent. You'll continue to find the shots.
Olsen Patterson the miss after the good drive by Belangi.
Looks like some of the players are in the zone and the others are playing man up top. Would like to see a little more communication from the Champlin Park Rebels.
Yeah, they kind of got away with one there as there were some pretty open players early on. We're going to get a foul call on the hold on Grace's Welsh. Be the first foul of the game on either team.
Foul on Totino-Grace is number 3, Erica Welsh.
So Rebels fell behind early 6-0, but have certainly battled back. Gotten a few nice buckets, and here's another close-in opportunity, and Kaluza will hit that one. Her second field goal. They're within 3.
You can hear Coach Phelps telling their team to get up defensively as opposed to giving up wide-open jump shots, which was great there.
So just got rid of that one to Kaluza, but then the steal the other way by Welsh. Cross to Chloe Nuss and scores and one.
And that's where the experience comes in, Jay. A little pressure there, but just kind of toss the ball. That's out of, being comfortable, which leads to an and one the other direction.
Basket is good for Totino-Grace. Foul on Champlin's number 22, Brooke Soash. Shooting for Totino-Grace.
Soash will pick up the foul. And so Nuss a chance to complete the three-point play here for the Eagles. Not able to finish it though. Radabaugh reaching in, knocked that one loose, and gonna have an over and back call against the Rebels as Kaluza stopped her dribble right at midcourt, and it was knocked loose, and then recovered it but fell back over the line.
It looked like Coach Phelps was bringing another ball handler to help beat this press by Totino-Grace, which is a great move there. It also allows them to put more pressure on the guard play up top to eliminate a lot of those wide open three-point shots.
Layla Wynn, number 3 in there for the Rebels. Nuss with the back cut and a great timing on the feed from Schrader.
Number 12, Chloe Nuss.
7-point Eagles lead, and that's going to be out of bounds. Knocked out by Grace, apparently. It looked like it. Yeah, corrected. I was going to say it looked to be off of Carr's hand, and that is correct. He just signaled the wrong way.
But he was giving away a present.
Yeah, we were right over in front of him. I'm like, oh, maybe I didn't see that one right, but Radabaugh's handoff knocked away. I've never been a big fan of dribble handoffs. I know a lot of teams really use that as a staple, but just for that reason, you get bunched up.
I think it's got to be a movement. I think what happens is we just stop. Both players just come to a complete stop. They should have a spot on the.
Deflection, but the Rebels will get it back. Soash goes all the way, scores, and a foul.
That's a great drive.
Radabaugh will be whistled for the foul. Good job just kind of using her hips there to ward off the defender.
Well, it goes back to what we were saying earlier. Some of these players, she's a 9th grader, so having that experience practicing 4 or 5 days a week, hitting the weight room and seeing this contact every day, you can see it paying off this late in the season.
16-11 Eagles lead. Nuss driving it from the wing, finishes with the left hand, her 4th basket already.
It looks like Champlin Park is having a hard time communicating who's guarding whom, which is leaving a lot of players wide open.
For the Rebels, Kaluza will come back in, and then also in is Kelly Odiakasa. Back out for an open look at a 3. It hits the basket support there as Belangi not able to get it to drop.
And what Champlin Park is doing there, once they beat the press, it looks like they're kind of stagnant offensively. It would be great just to pull the ball back out and set up a play and getting themselves in their sets.
Amelia Saylor, number 5, is in there now for Totino-Grace, along with 13, Sophia Person, who has the ball right now.
One of the things about Amelia, when she checks in the game, she's instant offense. And so teams got to be careful and know where she is on the court. And what a great drive by Chloe Ness there.
Finishes through the foul there, and second opportunity for a three-point play.
Basket is good for Totino-Grace. Foul on Champlin Park, number 32, Kelly Odacoso. Shooting for Totino-Grace, number 12, Chloe Nuss.
Nuss didn't make the free throw last time. This time she does, so she has had a dynamite start, already a dozen points. She's outscored the Rebels by herself.
Move it up. One more.
Olsen Patterson wheeling back, but missed it inside. Odiakasa saved it. She was fouled there. They're going to get a bump or push on Grace's Welsh, which will be her second. So they've only got 3 fouls total, but 2 of them are on Erica. So she'll check out. There's a look at Leslie Phelps, second season with the Rebels. Said she likes the commitment level of the girls, that they're working hard. You know, obviously the results haven't been quite what they would have wanted, but
the one thing she said is the girls are staying engaged, staying positive, and growing and developing, which is all she can ask for them. And so seeing that and just watching her energy and her passion with the girls is such a great thing to see right now, this late in the season.
Whipping it down low. It slipped through the hand zone. It'll be out of bounds off of Person. Couldn't quite come up with that one. Looked like they had a pretty good setup going, but just didn't quite execute. They have given Champlin Park some trouble with their pressure. And we're going to get a carry call there.
Oh, wow.
I thought the ball was knocked loose, but
yeah.
So Eagles up by 10 as they hit the front court. Radaba defended by Wynn. Nice behind the back dribble. Goes with the left hand layup. No good, but was fouled as they have started to find some openings for drives here against this Rebels defense.
Foul on Champlin Park's number 3, Layla Wynn.
Wynn will pick it up. That is the third foul on the Rebels, and Radaba shooting. Coach was saying that Minnesota Duluth is showing a little bit of interest in Maria, who's a junior this year.
Coach Pat Mandy showing some interest in Maria Radaba. Is that what you said?
Free throw good again. And in for the Eagles is Lateki returning. Little 1-3-1 look now for Grace, and Coach did say every defense that we might use in the playoffs you're going to see tonight. That's a turnover on the Rebels, and I've said this many times. You may feel completely different as a coach, Raheem, but I don't understand why more teams don't play a good zone. I feel like it gives people trouble.
Well, I think part of it is in order to play a good zone, you got to have players disciplined and understand the principles. And right now, sometimes it's easier for them just to, for some players just to say, "Oh, I play man." But I agree with you. A good zone is always great because it forces teams to either shoot a long jump shot, and it prevents them from driving into the lane. So you also have 3 to 4 players in there for rebounding, which limits teams to one shot. So I agree. I think a good zone is always helpful. But what I like to see now, Champlin Park is putting a little bit more pressure on the ball as it hits the front court. But now when it gets in their offensive set, they're still a little behind, sagging off. And I would like to see them get a little bit closer to them, put a little more pressure on the Eagles.
Person missing that shot. Soash driving it and missed it. Battle for the rebound. Rebels will get it. Soash will shoot it up again. Kept alive briefly, but Nuss out of there with it.
Great pass up to Lateki.
Missing that one. Then we get a foul on the rebound. It's going to be on Soash, I believe, there.
But again, we look at that last possession by Champlin Park. I mean, they were sending everyone to the boards, which is what they're going to need to do in this game here tonight, Jay.
Nuss getting set to inbound. Rebels have been stuck on 11 for a while here. Although Grace hasn't really been scoring as regularly as they were for a while there either, but they still lead by 12. Radaba inbounding. Ooh, that one was dangerous. And then we'll get a tie-up. It'll be Champlin Park basketball.
What you like to see is you like to see the continual fight coming out of the Rebels, which is great. And now come down this end. Let's take the time, find a quality shot, see the ball go through the hole. So they're in that 1-3-1 again. Just move the ball from east to west. You'll find the shots you're looking for. One more to the corner.
Kendall Jackson in there, number 2 for Champlin Park. And Grindy has to save that one, but she had a foot on the sideline, so it'll be Eagles ball. Ten minutes to go first half. Radaba pitching it over. They look inside, but Odiakasa gets a piece of that one. Wynn dropping it to Kaluza.
Good basketball, good drive and kick. I like the way she sucked the defense in and make them freeze, and she was able to find her shooter right there in the corner.
It almost looked like she surprised Kaluza, but she took her time and got that ball lined up and hit it.
And you see Champlin Park playing a little bit more passion defensively, which is really good to see, seeing the ball go down in the hole.
Kaluza is going to be whistled for that foul. Watch this nice handoff here. Wynn bumping the defender away, and the lefty Kaluza hits. See, she juggled it even a little, which usually that doesn't go in right when that happens, but that time had it lined up. And it looked like at the other end, like Kaluza was kind of tired of Radaba getting to the lane and gave her a pretty good bump.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of send her a message there, even though it ends up being a foul.
I think that's always good sometimes to let players know it's not going to be that easy all night. And you have to earn them from the line from time to time.
Radaba makes 1 out of 2. It's a 10-point lead again now for Totino-Grace. Grindy will take that 3, and she hits.
Good shot. Jay, I like it's how it's going from left to right and finding the shooters, which is great basketball at Champlin Park. I would like to see the defense from the Eagles come up just a little bit, put a little more pressure.
Olsen Patterson knocked it away, but couldn't quite grab it. It'll stay with Grace.
It's a 7-point game. Again, the Eagles, like we were talking to Coach Phelps earlier, they play really well. And this is good to see this happening in real time.
Radaba inbounding to Nuss, and she was fouled.
Coach Phelps is asking the players, are we not calling out the switch? And that's exactly what just happened there. No one communicating on the switch.
Wynn will pick up her second.
Shooting for Totino-Grace, number 12, Chloe Nuss.
And those baseline inbound, it doesn't take long. If you get caught briefly on a screen, it can be all over.
Yep.
Nuss filling it up so far here in this first half. And hits a pair, so the Eagles are up by 9, 26-17.
There's some more full court pressure applied by the Eagles.
Olsen Patterson driving it to the middle, deflected, and that gets to Jackson. Picked up her dribble out high. Grindy, an open look again, this time too strong.
I enjoyed that possession because it forced the Eagles to play defense, which is something they have gotten away with just a little bit earlier today, where they were just one shot, one pass, and one shot. Now the Rebels are moving the ball, making the players go from east to west.
Tried to go down low. Olsen Patterson was over her head after the Eagles had missed a pair at the other end. Radaba missed, and then Welsh kind of rushed that putback try.
And you like the pass. Although it was a turnover, for a sophomore to make that pass, to see it and have confidence that can get it there, it's okay. Those are coaching things you can continue to coach and help players get better. Great drive by Lateki.
Good crossover. She recognized that the lane was kind of open there. It was really just one-on-one. There wasn't any help D.
Now I enjoy the way she used her length to get in there and
going to get a travel call there on Belangi. I think she thought she was going to be going to the line. There's a look at that crossover.
Great drive.
Eagles leading it by 11. They've been up all game. Nuss kicking it back out. Short though on that one. Rebound knocked around. Eventually Rebels get it. But then stolen away by Radaba. Nuss back out top, and this time it is good as Schrader knocks down a three. All 5 starters have scored now for Grace, and they go up by 14, 31-17. They've just been a little more consistent in getting good shots.
Yeah, and I think the Rebels, again, no school like we talked about earlier, just settling down. A couple of these turnovers are, hurting you right now. You miss a shot, you don't rebound, and we turn the ball over and give up another 3-point shot. Once they correct these mistakes, it'll be okay. The game will get closer. But the other part is, Jay, a lot of wide open 3-point shots for the Eagles tonight.
Well, and I think you hit on something earlier that I'm seeing a little bit too, is especially when there's been a lot of subbing for both teams. I think there's a few times where they just haven't instantly recognized, who do I have again? And then you kind of see the result right there.
And that's a lost art. Typically, back in the day, whenever you sub in for someone, you communicate before you step out the court, I'm guarding this person here, so everyone's clear who's checking whom. But you heard Coach Phelps tell our players earlier, make sure that we're continuing to communicate whether it's the screen or who we're guarding. And again, those things that you have to clean them up from both sides. And I look forward to both teams having a better end of this first half and a better second half from both teams.
As we mentioned, each team just one more game to come after this one, as Champlin Park will be at home on Friday to host District 11 rival Coon Rapids. And meanwhile for Grace, they make just the short trip up Highway 65 here to take on Spring Lake Park on Friday night, and then it'll be seeding time on Saturday. So
it's crazy. I miss those days, Jay.
Rebels trying to battle back, now down 14. Soash driving and then kicks it back out. Belangi launching but short with that one.
Good defense.
Kaluza, the steal. And missed it, but was fouled.
I like it. They gave Champlin Totino-Grace a little dose of their own medicine, which led them to the free throw line.
Foul on Totino-Grace's number 20, Carolyn Schrader.
Schrader will pick up that foul. And Kaluza to the line. Rebels have not made a free throw yet tonight, 0 for 1. And they changed that right there. Kaluza has had a nice night with 9 points now, 31-18. Misses the second, and it's going to be out off of the Rebels' car. Kaluza, a good softball player as well for Champlin Park. Nuss crossing over. Boy, Olsen Patterson's quick with her hands.
Great on-ball defender. Jay, what I like is that this last couple of possessions coming out of the timeout, you've seen Coach Phelps and her team has really put a little more emphasis on guarding someone a little closer within an arm's length away. That was a great drive there from Maria.
Right about the miss, but Nuss gets it right back. And they'll say play on as she split between defenders. And Schrader, though, steals it, and Nuss is all alone for the layup.
You play a great defensive possession and get the rebound, and we just can't turn the ball over there and just give up another easy layup.
I think Nuss is probably saying, I probably deserved a foul on that first one anyway, so maybe it was fair play to get that one back and get a layup.
I think she's okay with the foul not being called. It's an easy two-pointer there.
Pass deflected by Schrader.
The ball, there you go, the good ball movement.
Soash an open three, but couldn't hit it, and Nuss wins the fight for the rebound and got knocked down, but got rid of it.
Jay, what I like is that possession, you saw a lot of ball movement. It's not sticking like it was a couple possessions earlier. So as long as Champlin Park continue to move the ball, they'll find the shots they're looking for to get back into this game.
Errant pass there for Totino-Grace goes out of bounds. So with 5:21 to go first half, Rebels down by 15, but an opportunity here to make a little push and see if they can't tighten it up before halftime.
Again, the ball's got to move from left and right to make the defense work.
Kaluza for three.
Ball went from the right side of the court to the left side, found a wide open shooter with a great shot, great pass.
Back up top here, Lateki. Tough turnaround there. Kind of a force, I'd say.
Yep. But the defense allowed them to get back in there instead of giving up wide open lanes. You saw the help side defense there.
Ooh, a nice floater there by the freshman Soash. Her third basket of the game. Did a good job, I thought, with a nice hard jump stop there. It enabled her to be under control shooting that one.
But it's great as a ninth grader. Earlier she drove into the basket, drew the foul, and leaned into her body. But you can see her having the court awareness to stop and use the little floater inside there. Great basketball from a ninth grader. Not afraid of the contact and know just to let the floater go. And sometimes nowadays, a lot of players try to take that extra dribble and try to get a little closer. She recognized that the help side defense was there, and she laid it out. Great shot.
And I like the wording you use there, not afraid too. Not afraid of contact, but not afraid to attack like that either. You see some players that are just a little unsure of themselves, and that wasn't her.
Right. Well, what happened is I think she recognized the last couple of shots were three-point shots for her teammates, and so the team was, kind of ready to jump out to the three-point line, and she took it hard and went up there and took that shot. So that was really great basketball from the freshman. I expect big things out of her for the next couple of years.
Radaba will work her way to the front court here for Totino-Grace. They've had the lead throughout. It was 14 a moment ago, now sitting at 10. And thrown too high for Schrader. But then the pass deflected. It gets to Kaluza, though, and she'll go all the way. Missed the layup, though. And then a battle for it. It's saved in and saved over to Grace, though, as Lateki up with it. Now Nuss might have traveled, or at least the Rebels fan sure thought so. Schrader rotating it. Radaba with an open three. It's short. Olsen Patterson into the front court here for Champlin Park. Under 4 minutes to go now, first half.
Long.
Too strong with that three was Belangi.
Good pass.
Oh, good recovery by Belangi. I thought, from the angle we had, I thought that was going to be a layup.
Oh, yeah, look beautiful. So you can see the court that way, and out of nowhere, Savannah comes in there and deflects the ball. That's great offense, great defense.
Boy, and when you shoot an air ball at one end, to come back and at least, take away this basket shows she's still concentrating and hustling out there.
We had a substitution. We can kind of see the Rebels kind of lost defensively who to guard.
Dump it down low. It keeps on moving here.
Great patience by the Eagles. Great patience to lead to an easy basket like that. Great drive by Chloe. That was the patience of leading to that what allowed it to take place.
12-point lead now for Grace. That's going to be an offensive foul. Just a moment after I really praised Brooke for being willing to take it in there. This time the D was squared up. I think that looked like a pretty good call.
Oh, yeah. Again, we love the passion and the desire to get in there and try to help something, get stuff started for her team, but a little too much.
Going to be her third foul, so she'll check out presumably for the rest of the half here as Wynn comes back in to replace her.
Well, someone's going to have to step up and continue to get the team in the offensive sets and look to score. Right now we have, a couple players that are trying to make it happen, but we need someone that could be efficient and get a couple baskets while Brooke goes to the bench.
Pull-up jumper missed. We're going to have an over-the-back foul against Grace on that rebound.
What's interesting is that Totino-Grace was causing a lot of turnovers earlier in their full-court press, and now they've fallen back, allowing Champlin Park to set up their offense. But I like how you said earlier, Coach said they're going to work on all their different zones, and you see that happening a lot in this first half.
Baseline drive and a floater there for Grindy as she gets her second basket off the bench.
That's a great drive.
Back to a 10-point game. Here's Nuss, drive and dish. Too long. Champlin Park, a chance to cut it to single digits here with about 2.5 to go in this first half. Grindy looking to shoot it up again, and this time no good. Wynn was fouled.
Kind of looked like the Eagles were looking to leak out just a little bit to get in transition on that shot there, and Champlin Park Wynn came out of nowhere to take the offensive rebound.
And there's one where, in the heat of play, you're trying to block a shot and everything, but Wynn is not very big. I would just assume they would, make him shoot it over them and then board it rather than commit a foul there and kind of bail her out.
Yeah, and you like you said, in the heat of the moment, it's like, hey, you know what? We missed the defensive rebound. Let me make up for it, and it happens so fast.
Wynn not able to convert though at the line.
No substitution. There we go.
Maddie Podman, number 4, is in there for Grace for her first action. She's going to shoot that one, but Olsen Patterson blocked it. Boy, she's hitting all the numbers on the defensive chart. Yeah. A lot of tips, some steals, rebounds, blocks.
And I like that she's taking the assignment of guarding the best player from Totino-Grace, and is doing a really good job from a sophomore. And she's doing it with passion, and that's something that you don't see a lot anymore, players playing great defense and enjoying it.
Grindy to the line. She has the only bench points for the Rebels in this first half. Now has a total of 6, and they are within 35-26. Jackson coming back in for Champlin Park. It's 1 out of 2. Down to the corner, and that one off target. Jackson the rebound.
Good pass.
All the way, and it spins around and drops there for Belangi.
Great transition pass and bucket.
7-point game. And we're going to get a reach-in foul here, or a body foul anyway, on London Olsen Patterson. I'll take that ratio, though, of only getting 1 foul with as many tips and steals as she's had.
Shooting for Totino-Grace, number 5, Amelia Saylor.
Saylor will shoot. And no good. Taluza has to save it in. Layup the other way. It got away from Nuss. He'll get it back, though. And then tipped out of bounds by Champlin Park. Kind of looked like it might have just slipped out of Nuss's hand on the way up.
Yep.
And there's a throwaway. Kendall Jackson out ahead of the pack for a layup. Rebels right on their heels now at 35-30.
It's a good fight. Again, like Coach Phelps said earlier, her team is going to play hard the whole game, which is really good to see. It's a great drive.
Ooh, nice hard collision there as Olsen Patterson will pick up her second. Nuss will go to the free throw line. She has had an excellent first half, but their team, seemed to be comfortably ahead. They were up 14.
Shooting for Totino-Grace, number 12,
The collision there. I think actually Nuss surprised Olson Patterson by shooting that 1-foot runner there, and that led to that hard collision.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Checking back in is Latecki for the Eagles. And Nuss makes a pair.
And it's really good to see both players get back up, avoid any injuries as it's this late in the season. Good drive by Kendall Jackson.
Perfect shot there, her second basket. Back to 5.
Just come in and had an impact on the game right away.
3 won't go. Kaluza is there for the rebound. Rebels looking to cut it even further. Here's Jackson. No. Tipped out of bounds last touch. Oh, they say a jump ball, which will be Totino-Grace ball. Both players reaching for it at the same time. Officials going to confer a little bit here. Let's see.
I can agree with that call.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, they really both did probably touch it at the same time.
Yep. Great job, great officiating right there.
Oh, it is going to be Champlin Park ball. Kaluza popping a 3, and it's good.
They weathered the storm. They kept their head in and continued to fight. They're only down 2 points with 21 seconds left in the first half.
Bank won't go there. Knocked around on the rebound. Eagles will get it back. And now Nuss. Nuss looking to get free to shoot
Good
it.
pass.
Now drops it off. Too strong, and Rebels will get a rebound. And boy, Champlin Park battling back strong here. They were down 14. They'll go into half, though, just down 2. Halftime score, Totino-Grace 37, Champlin Park 35. We'll have first half highlights and stats, and then what should be a great second half of basketball coming up here on CCX.
Get loud and ready. It's time to settle the score. Get loud and ready. Get loud and ready. Get loud and ready. It's time.
In 1935, Topline Financial Credit Union was founded by workers from our local phone company, by people who dedicated their lives to keeping our community connected. At Topline Financial, that dedication lives on because we believe that dreams are achieved when we connect with each other. So if you're dreaming of buying a new home or car, or planning for your future, or saving for that next vacation, connect with us. We'll help you get there, because connected, we all do better.
And welcome back here to Totino-Grace as the Eagles lead at 37-35, but it was a 14-point lead. Rebels closing strong to finish within 2 as we check out some highlights from the opening half of play. Grace pretty much led throughout. They got out to a 6-0 lead to start, and then it was kind of back and forth from there, and Chloe Nuss kind of living up to billing in this first half, although it doesn't seem like she shot all that many times considering how many points you wound up with. But you said earlier being efficient, and here was an and-one opportunity for Chloe right there. They've gotten a lot of their scoring just from a couple of sources, and some good hoops in that first half. Soash, the freshman, getting that one, and then Kaluza had a big first half. Good assist there by Wynn in transition. This happened more times than the Rebels could count, though. They turned it over even after getting a rebound, and that led to an easy one for Nuss. Here's another Soash hoop as she got to the middle of the lane to score that one. Nuss, they closed out too hard on her that time and spun it up and in off the glass. But boy, Champlin Park, we were talking at halftime before we came back on here, is like, when they were down 14, I thought they'd be doing well to close within maybe 8 or 9, and instead they're all the way to within 2. Kaluza 15, Soash and Grindy coming off the bench at 6 points, and then Nuss with 20, Radaba with 10, doing really the bulk of the scoring for Totino-Grace. And even though they're the team that's ahead, I think maybe just because of the trend of the half, the Eagles probably less pleased with that first half overall than Champlin Park.
Yeah, I agree. I think what happened is Totino-Grace was really coming out there, executing, running their stuff. And I think what happened mid of the half, they started playing their bench a little more to try to get them some rotation and figuring out what's going to work, which allowed Champlin Park to kind of come back and start knocking it down, that lead down. And then you'll see coming in the second half, I expect Totino-Grace to go back to that lineup that gave them that huge lead and kind of, continue to push that lineup the second half.
Seniors honored here tonight at Grace. 37-35 Eagles. The second half of basketball is on the way next year on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
And welcome back here to Totino-Grace along with Raheem Simmons and Jay Wilcox. Thanks for joining us for our girls basketball action from the last week, I should say, of the regular season for these teams. As we said, each team has one game left after this one. And I can remember when those were new, like a brand new thing to see, but boy, the quality on the pictures is so good now that you don't have to guess who it is that they're honoring their friends. Pictures in the crowd, the face on a stick.
Jay, this first 5 minutes is going to really tell us what coaches were talking about in halftime. And let's see what adjustments they both make coming into the second half.
Right about into the front court here for the Eagles.
What we see is Champlin Park came right out and gave in a 1-3-1. They gave a wide open shot to Schrader. I don't think anyone bumped her as she was cutting, but we see Champlin Park came out at a 1-3-1 out of halftime.
Schrader getting a layup to begin the half. Olsen Patterson picks up an offensive foul. Well, she made it most of the way through the first half without getting a foul, but now has committed 3.
Yeah. And that's tough. 3 fouls right now this early in the second half. She's been playing great defense, deflected a lot of balls, rebounding, blocking, and stealing the ball. So we got to be careful how aggressive she can play defensively.
Whip down low to Nuss, and she scores. Schrader will get an assist on that one.
2 points, Totino-Grace number 12, Chloe Nuss.
And there's the steal. Welsh trying to go all the way, was pushed. Boy, she was kind of speeding a little out of control. I feel like that was a foul that they didn't need. Carr, though, pushed her in the hip.
Yeah, she was going fast, but I don't know if she was going towards the basket. If you look at her drive here.
Yeah, it felt like she was going to be too far under, but it was enough of a push that you kind of had to call it. Well, shooting the free throw, so like in the first half, a good start to the second for Grace. They've scored the first 5 points, lead at 42-35.
And Champlin just has to settle down, and protect the basketball, and send all 5 to the boards. I think they'll be fine. They worked too hard to get this game under 10 points, so let's continue to do what was working.
Thrown back, Kaluza has to retrieve it. Little runner way short there. Good decision by Radabal to pull that one back out.
Absolutely.
Nuss cutting between defenders, no good, but she was fouled. Let's see who they're going to get here. If this will be another one on Olsen Patterson.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it is.
Parks, number 25, London Olsen Patterson, shooting for Totino-Grace, number 12.
So Nuss will go to the free throw line.
What's going to be interesting, Jay, is she's there playing great defense tonight, and when she picked up her 4th foul, the team is only down 7 points, but she had to go to the bench. Let's see who's going to then fill in there to continue to play great defense like she was playing earlier in the day.
Brindy checking in to replace her. And Nuss makes a pair, so she is already at 24 points here early in the second half.
The one thing I like about Grindy coming in, she came in off the bench and gave 6 quality points, so she's going to be expected and needed to continue to chip away at this lead.
Radabah playing good D out top. And almost lost out of bounds. Thrown away inside, steal there by Welch. Tried to go to Nuss, Soash got back to break that up.
And Jay, we've seen this early in the first half with Champlin Park with the little rattles, and they settled down. So again, we believe that once they settle down, the game will get back into a manageable game. That's a great drive.
Nuss, though, too strong with that left-hand layup. Soash attacking but missed.
Great pass.
Down low and layup good there for Latecki off the feed from Welch. Good feel for the game right there. They found that opening nice.
But what Champlin Park has to do, they're on a not.
Timeout taken by the Rebels.
Totino-Grace came out in the second half, really on the pushing there and playing their brand of basketball. Started a 9-0 lead coming in from the halftime. So it's going to be up to Coach Phelps and her team to really get the players ready to just settle down. I mean, you watch and hear they're playing much faster than they're probably wanting to play. And Champlin Park is just taking their time and just moving the ball from left to right, finding the shots that they want. Once Champlin Park goes back to that, what they were doing late in that first half, I expect the game to get a little tighter, a little closer as the second half continues.
Kind of get the feeling that maybe Mary Dengerud on the Grace side told them that end of the half wasn't us. That wasn't acceptable. We got to do better because they've come out looking a lot sharper to begin the second.
Absolutely. And you can see the players responding and heard what Coach asked for, and they came out and responded well. And
like we've talked about in other games, I mean, the players can read the standings. They know Champlin Park's only won 4 games, so you're only natural that maybe you're not as jacked up to play them as some people on your schedule. I think that's fair to say.
It is fair, and I think the other part is the emotions of tonight's game with Totino-Grace honoring all their seniors, and so to play up and get emotionally high, and sometimes you lose focus on the basketball aspect of it because of the emotions for the seniors, and you can see Coach played a lot of her seniors tonight in that first half.
Eagles unable to secure the defensive rebound, so Kaluza will inbound here for Champlin Park. They have yet to score here in the second half after they closed the first half very nicely to pull within 2. Oh. Look at that win off the backboard to herself. I don't think she can get an assist there, but she gets the hoop.
She gets the hoop and the rebound, so that was a good job. Staying focused and staying committed to it. That's great. When everyone kind of fell asleep, she said, I'm still here. And she's done a really good job from rebounding from a point guard perspective on both ends of the court tonight.
Nuss the drive, kicks it out, and a near steal by Wynn. Schrader, no good. Rebound, Radabah missed it. Gets it again and is fouled.
Again, it's what we talked about earlier. Champlin Park has to send all 5 to the boards. Otherwise, they're going to continue to get out-rebounded on the offensive side, and it leads to open threes or free throws. And right now, Champlin Park already has 4 fouls.
Radabah hits the free throw there for Grace. And calmly knocks down a pair, and the lead is back to 11. Here they come with some pressure.
Yep, here it goes.
Grindy driving, missed it though. Schrader had the rebound, then knocked away. A big fight for it. And you're going to get a foul against Champlin Park's Grindy.
Foul on Champlin Park's number 23, Allison Grindy.
1-3-1 still for the Rebels here. Oh, they got a deflection, but not the steal. And this time tipped out of bounds by Belangi.
I think they're trying to hit that quick under the basket pass, and I think earlier we've seen 3 possessions before. They were moving it from left to right and hit her with a bounce pass, so that'll be there.
Inside to Schrader, turns, but missed it. Oh, Radabaugh had it briefly, then it's taken back, and let's see, we'll get a jump ball. The Champlin Park ball.
Well, one of the things that's a lost art now is grabbing, rebound, and holding it. And right now, players want to grab it or dribble right away or pass it. And there's no need for it. Like every possession, I think that's a prime example of just securing the rebound, clearing everyone out, and then you continue to value the possession.
Wynn's pass taken away there by Lateki. Lateki's going to go all the way, no good. Wynn running it back. Grindy the layup.
Great possession by Wynn.
They throw it long ahead. This will be an interesting call. I think it'll be on Grace, or it should be anyway. Yeah, it looks like it will be on the Lateki. Her teammate kind of set her up for that foul by throwing it a little too low, and Absolutely. She came over the back of the Rebel. Coach Dingerwood's protesting it, but from our vantage point, I think that was the right call. The defender was in front of her and in better position to catch that ball, and she kind of came through her to get it.
Yeah, and I don't know if there was a need to shoot the long ball right there. I mean, you already have a transition and players are trailing you. I think I would like to see them just bring the ball down and get it going.
I think they were counting on that the Rebels had their back turned and weren't going to see it.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a kind of a bad gamble to take.
What I like so far about this possession is you see Champlin Park not rushing and not turning the ball over.
Well,
and then here we go.
That's
a great drive and tape by Lateki.
2 points, Totino-Grace number 11, Eagle Lateki.
Back to an 11-point lead now for Totino-Grace. Kaluza tosses one up and then gets it back herself. And they're going to say a blocked shot there. She was doing all she could to get a foul, but looked a little bit off balance.
Timeout.
Yep, we're going to have a timeout taken here. 12:52 to go in half number 2. Grace has pulled back away to lead by 11. They had their lead trimmed to 2 at halftime, but have pretty much dominated the second half here so far anyway.
Well, I think what coach was trying to do in the first half is try the different packages that they're working defensively to see where things can go. And she always knew that it can go back to that full court press and speed Champlin Park up to force them to turn the ball over, which they've done a really good job the second half. The other thing I really like, Jay, is on the offensive end for Totino-Grace, whenever Radabaugh actually get it going, slowing down and facilitating, they're getting everything they want. On the backside of Champlin Park, there are times they seem a little rushed, like they can try to make a 12-point shot and try to get them all back right away. I think what happened earlier is they were taking their time and finding it and forcing Totino-Grace to play a little quicker than they want to, which caused a lot of turnovers. So I would like to see both teams come out and just continue to do what they've done in that late first half to kind of continue to make this a really good basketball game.
Well, I like what we were talking about with, using the few different defenses. I was thinking this before. If you get in a playoff situation and you're thinking, God, this would be a perfect time for a 1-3-1, but you have to say in the huddle, do you remember back in December when we practiced this? You don't want that. You want to have a fresh example of it and work on it. Belangi inbounding. Chases that one down. And the steal grab there by Welsh. Thrown out of bounds, and Rebels will get it back. Front forward hit here. Radabaugh playing D on Soash. Kaluza takes that three and an out. And a nice putback by Belangi as she gets her third bucket. And we had a shoe come off. Nine-point lead here. Champlin Park down 50-41. Nice drive and finish as the layup good for Welsh. Back to 11 is the lead here. Oops, and then thrown a little too high for Soash and out of play, and the Rebels, that if they're looking at things tonight that are, maybe reasons why they're down, certainly turnovers would be one of them. They've not taken as good a care of the ball as they would like to. Nuss whipping it down low. It was deflected, but it went out off of Lateki. So good hands by the Rebels. A good call there, I think, too, as it was coming fast and furious there, and somebody tipped it and hit Lateki last. Drive into traffic, and no foul either way there, and Nuss will come out of there with the rebound. Radaba launching a three, no good. Rebound grab there by the Rebels, Belangi. Here's Jackson across court to Kaluza with the runner. That one's way off though and rebounded by Welsh. Radaba all the way, and fouled there by Belangi. He wasn't going to give up an easy two there, and it'll send Maria Radaba to the free throw line.
Foul on Champlin Park's number 11, Savannah Belangi. Shooting for Totino-Grace,
So
Maria Radaba.
Who's got a dozen points here and has been good at the line, 5 out of 6. Not that time though. One more coming. Buries the second free throw here, so a 12-point lead here for Grace. Win chased back out by Radaba, got rid of it to Jackson though, and then threw it to her coach in the bench. Good hands by Coach Phelps there, but that's not what they wanted, was that pass, so Eagles will get it on another turnover by Champlin Park. Schrader looking inside, and then right back out they go, Radaba, and we're going to have a travel call there. And Kaluza got knocked down. She got it up a little slow. I thought at first maybe they were stopping play for an injury, but actually they did call travel. And now the Win will get it across. Near steal there, Soash up with it, and then it is stolen by Radaba. Radaba trying to go all the way and was fouled.
The problem with that possession, Jay, it was the ball, 3 passes all in the same deep corner. They have to move it from right to left to get the shot or pass they're looking for.
Bonus time here, and Radaba makes him pay with that free throw. Scarlett Capers, another freshman, is in for the Rebels now, number 20. And Tony Ogunle, a sophomore, coming in for Champlin Park as well. Not sure what we had for a call here. We had some, looks like blood on the floor, perhaps. Or in an ideal world, it would be just sweat, but it looks like it must be blood the way they're treating it. So, you see, I cover quite a bit of wrestling, and we see blood time in that sport. We don't often see it in basketball, but that's what we get a little stop for them to clean it there. Boy, it's kind of really been a game of runs here. I mean, Rebels closed that first half so strong. It seemed like they had all the momentum, but that went away as the second half began.
And what's going to be interesting, Jay, moving to the next 10 minutes is Champlin Park's in a bonus. I'm sorry, Totino-Grace is in a bonus already. So they're shooting free throws for every foul for the next 10 minutes. So it's going to be hard to close that gap.
Yeah, and they've been pretty good from the line, too, which certainly makes it hurt more. There's Radaba knocking down a pair, and the lead is back to 14. This matches the biggest lead they've had tonight. Blues are cut off there. Tough shot, got it back, and then missed that next one.
Tough shot, and I mean, they didn't score or convert, but one thing that, again, we look at the small things that we were talking to Coach Phelps earlier about. The fact that it went from east to left, east to west was really good, and was able to get a shot without turning the ball over, and that's what we're looking for, small victories.
Eagles a patient possession here. Let's see if they get a good shot out of it. Adaba handing off, and the three won't go, and Jackson the rebound. Ooh. Goonley almost walked. She didn't know that one was coming. So kicking it back out to Capers. And Kaluza, an open look. No good. She was making some of those in the first half.
Absolutely.
And then Schrader fouled by Capers trying to come out of there, and then this will be free throws, but it looks like Schrader's hurt a little bit.
Oh. She fell down pretty hard there.
See if she turns to come up court and got knocked down. Ooh, might have hit her face on the floor a little bit, or her head.
Good to see her walking off.
Foul on Champlin Park's number 20, Scarlett Capers.
Checking in for Grace here is Person. Referee asking, and Schrader, I think, telling him that she's doing okay.
Shooting for Totino-Grace number 20, Carolyn Schrader.
It's always scary, though, when you see a player fall and hit their face on the court.
Makes the free throw.
You see coaches having a sub for her at the scores table. Get her checked out with the trainer.
Makes a pair there, and subbing in now is Saylor. Biggest lead for Grace tonight now, 57-41. That's another thing, too. You get a chance to practice free throws. You know, it's more pressure, even though this isn't maybe a real intense playoff type game, but more so than a practice, to be able to step up to the line and help extend a lead or help, preserve a lead late in a game. These are important things for them, too.
Absolutely. Because you're going to in this section of playoffs, you're going to find times where everything's falling, and then you just kind of get comfortable with it, and then you got to come back later on and continue to execute. And these important free throws are huge, because this is where a lot of games are won, at the free throw line and rebounding.
Radaba into the front court. Nuss looking to turn the corner around that pick. Left-hand layup won't go, but was fouled and will go to the free throw line again. They have really put Champlin Park back on their heels here and giving up lots of fouls here in the second half. Fouls are 9-1 right now, but I think, I don't know, just with the first glance, I think most of them have been legit calls. They're driving the ball and drawing them.
Well, I think the other part is Champlin Park is kind of doing the same thing possession after possession, going to the corner and not making the defense work. Whereas on the other end, Totino-Grace is moving left to right and then driving the basket under control.
Savon Soraya is in for Champlin Park now, another of those freshmen. Jackson, no good there. Got it back though. And Soash will fire and hit. That's a 2-pointer. Layup tried the other way, wouldn't go, and Nuss grabs it and she'll bring it back out. Drive to the hoop, no good, but Welsh will go to the free throw line.
And Jay, the funny part about it is, not funny, but the important part about it is a lot of these players on the court now are freshmen or sophomores, so they're learning. But these are the games you can't duplicate in practice, how to execute in a late game situation. Coach Phelps knows she's going to have to rely on them later in the season as they go into this section, so this is great quality minutes for these players right now.
London Olson Patterson checking back in with those 4 fouls. And I say she's had one of the more impressive 0-point games because, like we talked about earlier, defensively really playing well.
Well, she does a lot of things that won't show up in the stat sheet. Deflection, how many forced turnovers does she have today?
And a foul called there on Grace, and I think kind of a derisive cheer from the Champlin Park fans saying, okay, it's about time. Saylor picks that one up.
Well, what we're going to see is as long as Champlin Park's not turning the ball over and attacking the basket, the foul counts should kind of balance themselves out. But again, these are quality minutes and experience for a lot of these young players.
Soash, the drive and dish. It was deflected. Jackson saving it in. Under 10 on the shot clock. Belangi launching, that one is not close. It's saved in, but they're going to run out of time on the shot clock. Yep, shot clock violation there. The shot's not hitting the rim, so.
Well, we see a lot of times with Champlin Park, the ball is kind of sticking fast. We pound it. Opposed to what they were doing earlier, where they were moving the ball, cutting, screening for each other. They've kind of gotten away from that. And got more to the ISO basketball, dribble.
Oops, Nuss was fouled by Jackson, who didn't mean to, but fell on the back of her leg there. Yeah, and I think that's also led to them not getting to the line.
Absolutely.
When you're not getting the defense, off balance or out of position or anything, you're just kind of shooting it quickly.
And then it's 1-on-5 at that point because the other teammates aren't aware of what's going on. And then you have to force up a bad shot and then leads into transition, which is why we see the foul count the way it is. These are learning moments. I mean, these, like Coach Phelps said earlier, they're developing and learning. And this is going to be good for their career. So these are moments you can't practice. When they get back into study and watching film, they're going to see how far they've come from the beginning of the season to now. And they'll only get better as the season and their careers progresses.
Nuss missing the second one, and then a tie-up will go to Grace. So Eagles stretching that lead out. Champlin Park in this half has just 8 points. Eagles struggling to get it in, and a timeout granted to Grace just before that pass was being made.
What did we see in the second half? Coach is cutting her bench down by 3 or 4 players, and just to kind of get that unit running and get them operating in the right sense so they can prepare for the last game of the season and going into the playoffs. So, again, she played with some lineups earlier, played with some adjustments, played with some defensive packages just to kind of see how it fits and works. And then she saw some things in there that she really liked. And now in the second half, she's going in there and said, hey, let's go with what have got us to where we are this season. And you can see the difference between the two schools. But one of the things I applaud Coach Phelps for doing is she's giving her young players a lot of game experience. which is really, really helpful because, again, she's continuing to coach the whole way through, even when as the younger players that she's going deeper into her JV bench as getting the quality time against some starters from Totino-Grace. She's coaching them up, getting them ready, because you never know when their number's going to be called.
Double dribble, it looked like. Yep, good spot there. First, I didn't think they noticed. Welsh kind of made it happen quick, so it was a little bit sneaky, but it definitely was a double dribble.
I think she was looking for the pass to come from the baseline, and she got caught up, so she had to put the ball down one more time.
Back out to Kaluza, the lefty looking to attack. No good, but was fouled. Grace kind of bailed her out. Kaluza's had a few where she's literally kind of forcing a little off balance.
But Jay, I know we've talked about this a lot in today's broadcast, but when the ball sticks to one side of the court, it's easy for the defense to guard it. She drove baseline, kicked the ball to the top, and went to the left, which forced the defense to shift. And what happens is when the defense is shifting, lanes open up, and now we get to the foul line.
First point of the second half for Kaluza after she had 15 in the first half. Gets 1 out of 2. The lead is 18. Back down low it goes. Saylor looking to get, passes
That's
it
good
back
defense.
out. Ooh, they're attacking the dribbler there. Schrader the drive, too strong with that one. Rebels will run. Kaluza ahead. Belangi was fouled.
That's great. Great defense there by Champlin Park.
Welsh will pick it up, and Belangi will head to the free throw line here.
Shooting for Champlin Park, number 11, Savannah Belangi.
And her free throw is good, so 7 now for Savannah. And Nuss and Radaba will come back in. I think that kind of tells you the Eagles don't feel quite comfortable that they've got this one sealed up yet as they bring 2 of their best players back in.
And they could also be using some of this time to get some of the other players involved so they can keep their confidence up, keep them ready to go for the season finale and sections.
Saylor popping, no good. Schrader had her hands on the rebound, then Saylor comes up with it and was tied up. The Champlin Park ball. The Eagles did have Monticello, who will be the top seed in their section here, not too long ago. They did lose that game, but by 13 on the 7th of February, so they're pretty competitive.
Oh yeah, it was very competitive. And you need games like this here for, again, execution, confidence building, and then putting in different packages that you can try for moments during that game against whomever they face in the section.
Belangi getting the turnaround to go. They're within 14. Still time to go here, a little over 5.5. Nuss will shoot it up, spins in and out, rebound. 2 Eagles were fighting for it, and Kaluza blocked the next one. Soash goes all the way and scores, and here come the Rebels like in the first half.
Again, she put her head down, saw the lane, and went in there and attacked hard and finished.
Saylor kicks it back out.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to get Saylor going in this second half. Good drive and finish. Rebound.
Nuss with the putback as she won the race for that loose ball, and she'll get a chance for a 3-point play. She read that miss perfectly and got to it.
Great follow.
Belangi was a little late getting there. And I think I was eager to see that again, and I think it was definitely the right call to count that basket, too. I mean, you might say at first, wasn't she rebounding it, but she had already caught it and then got pushed as she was going back up. So I think it was a good call.
Great call. Officiating tonight has been amazing. Again, both teams are playing, but the officials are doing a heck of a job tonight. Keeping the game under control, making it fun and competitive. Good rebound.
Radaba has done a lot of good things tonight for the Eagles. The lane opens up, and Schrader is only too happy to put it away. So good to see. She must be feeling okay after taking that hard fall a little bit ago. Here's Belangi with the answer.
It was great to see her get back off the court, and then after she fell earlier, and get back and play hard. But it was a great drive by Savannah there, because that was really, really good. Knowing that a foul was coming, you can keep the concentration and go ahead and finish it. That was a really good concentration to finish by Savannah.
Belangi missing on the free throw, and Schrader had the rebound and was fouled by Kaluza. So we'll make the walk back to the other end for free throws here. Now into the double bonus, of course, here. So Grace looking to pile up some points at the free throw line. You know, sometimes when you're the team trailing, you don't really mind fouling because it stops the clock. But the way they've shot free throws,
right,
it hasn't been to their benefit to commit fouls. They've been pretty lights out at the line here. Schrader does a nice job avoiding the announcer jinx there too, and makes them both after I say that. Timeout taken by Champlin Park. Back with 17-point lead here for Totino-Grace, and again, each team one game to go. Grace at Spring Lake Park on Friday, and Champlin Park will be at home to take on Coon Rapids, and then it is section playoff time. And it comes so quick, these postseason, just one after the other in all the various sports. You know, you're thinking like, oh, we got time, and all of a sudden we don't have time. It's playoff time.
Right. And the good thing about the playoffs, I mean, we're still a little ways away from it, but it's games like this that both teams can use to help prepare them for whomever they face in the first round of the sections. And I think when I was on the sideline coaching, I mean, we took these games so important. They're almost as important as any game that we played throughout the season, the last week of the season, because you got to keep the players engaged mentally, emotionally, and socially, and keep them together as a unit. Long season, went out of school today for some. You know, these games are too valuable. And right now, for the next 4 minutes and 20 seconds, it's really going to be based off putting the right players in there to give them the experience and asking them and knowing what you expect from them, building into Friday, going forward into the section. And I like what I've seen from both teams. Champlin Park are super young. They're building, but they didn't quit. You know, even though they're down 17 points, you can still see there's a lot of fight coming out of them every possession.
Yeah, and even down the stretch here, too. I mean, chances are that's going to be too far to come back, but at least you want to see them finish well and not give up or not even just start jacking wild shots or anything, too.
Right.
Kaluza looking into the lane, then that pass tip. Wynn gets it back.
And you can see this in this possession. You can see a lot of passes, a lot of body movement, making that defense work to find the open shots, which is just great basketball. And you want to use that going into your section. Whether you make or miss a shot, you just want to see it work so you can go back and practice that come practice time. That was just a great possession by the Rebels.
Radaba had it stripped away by Soash.
Ooh.
Spin move to the left hand, but it's in and out. Oh, that would have been nice. Ooh, this
foul.
might be offense, yeah. As Lateki veered at the defender there. I wasn't sure they were going to see it that way, but I think that was a pretty good call.
Yeah. The drive earlier by Brooke there was, she put in a spinner Rooney. But one thing about her, she's been going to the basket all game extremely hard. And as a ninth grader to see this is impressive against a team like Totino-Grace.
Kaluza had that one blocked. Nice help D by Welsh. Just stuffed that one. Radaba in traffic, got rid of it. Radaba the drive, knocked away by Wynn. It'll stay with Grace. 17 on the shot clock.
But you notice when Olsen Patterson came back in, that defensive intensity of all five went up to another level. She has that effect in the game on the defensive end. Let's just hope that she doesn't pick up her 5th foul in the next 3 minutes. That's a great pass, inbound play.
Nuss getting the layup there. Eagles ran it to perfection, and they had good spacing, too, to allow her room to get that layup. And Nuss up with the steal. Schrader, good hands to keep that possession. Playing a little keep away here, burn some clock.
Great
Knocked
defense.
away, and it's off the leg of Welsh. It'll be Champlin Park ball. So 2:25 to go. Rebels down by 19 as Grace done a good job pulling away here again in the second half after Champlin Park had pulled within 2 at halftime. Olsen Patterson on the runner, no good.
Would have been nice to see her finish that one as what she's done defensively today.
Radaba, now they go ahead and will get a layup out of it for Welsh.
Good execution there by the Eagles.
Every once in a while you got to make the defense pay if they're pressuring you like that. Soash, the drive, tough shot, wouldn't go. They'll get another crack. Win, the lefty from out high, no good. And it'll be Champlin Park ball.
It's a hard-fought game there by Champlin Park. But again, these are learning moments that you can't get in practice and learn in practice, and now they have game film to watch and get better as they're getting ready for their last game against Coon Rapids.
But yeah, Taylor's in there, number 21, another freshman for the Rebels. Also 12, Riley Johnson, the sophomore. Shot clock winding down. Agunle will shoot it, no good. And that buzzer went off. It should have reset there.
You know, like Totino-Grace is bringing in their seniors for their last home game to finish out the next minute and 26 seconds.
Arcelia Abalo, number 30, is in there for Grace. Also 35, Izzy Stafford. They're both seniors. 22, Kate Mulligan, another senior, getting some time.
Good pass.
Step
Good
back
block.
there. Oh, but Abalo coming up with the block. Radaba giving it over there to Mulligan. Podvin. Now they try to go to Abalo down low. Her dish out of bounds off of Grace as Stafford tried to save it, but I think her foot was already out. It's not an easy thing to do, come in late in the game. You know, you did your warm-up a long time ago, and to be sharp coming in at this time isn't all that easy.
No, but I think for some of these players, their last time after spending years playing on this court, last regular season game here is just so important and so valuable that they'll remember forever.
Abalo will be called for the travel after getting that rebound. And, you know, I think they'd like to get one or more of these seniors, you know, one good opportunity at a basket late too here.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they're looking for it. 3-point shot goes up. Good offensive rebound.
Capers with another crack at it, and she'll get the last one to go, her first basket.
Shot clock's off. Let's see if they get it. Oh, they're looking to give the senior a bucket. Oh, missed it.
Mulligan gets the return pass, but wouldn't fall for her there. Riley Johnson out of there with it for the Rebels. A little trouble with the dribble, but got it back. Under 15 to go now. Eagles going to win for the 16th time this season.
No one wants to shoot it.
One last crack with the three, won't fall, and Totino-Grace will get the victory here tonight by a score of 73-54. I think in a lot of ways maybe about the kind of game we expected to see, a more veteran team getting the win. Champlin Park, though, some good moments, especially late in that first half, and some things to build on for both.
Absolutely. I think whenever they can go back and watch that film and see you're never out of a game completely. And so they were down 14 in the first half and went into halftime only down 2 points. But I think for Totino-Grace, what they can take away from this is how to finish and execute and go back to what's working, which was phenomenal by the coaching staff for Totino-Grace. So getting all the players involved was important, and you've seen that. I think for Champlin Park, again, so young. And then over the next couple of years, you're going to see a different game and different performance out of this team. So Coach Phelps and her staff are doing an amazing job with the team and the players over at Champlin Park. And Totino-Grace played a phenomenal game tonight.
32 for Nuss, a big outing for her, 15 for Radabaugh for Grace, and Schrader with 11, 16 for Kaluza to lead the way for Champlin Park, a dozen for Belangi, and then 10 apiece for Soash and Grindy coming off the bench. So again, good luck to both these teams in their regular season finales on Friday night, and best of luck in the playoffs as well. We thank you for joining us here tonight. For Raheem Simmons and the rest of our CCX crew, MJ Wilcox. Once again, your final, Totino-Grace 73 and Champlin Park 54.